So if you've been following me in Stonehearth, you will know that Alpha 14 is an update that I've been waiting for a really long time because we're finally going to focus on combat. So as you can see, I have a very basic town already built, and that's going to be my new format for the Stonehearth videos. You know, the update cycle that the Stonehearth developers use is they usually have a very unstable branch for the pre-release of an alpha. This is Alpha 14, and this is the very unstable branch. And then eventually, before the official release of Alpha 14, they become more and more stable, and then we can kind of get a little bit further in the game, less bugs occur. Right now this is full of bugs and stuff like that, and that's only, you know, that's kind of normal, which is totally fine. So what I'm going to do is I have a town already ready to go to kind of show off some of the new mechanics of Alpha 14. I will be returning in episode 2 of this series. For a traditional series, we'll start off from, you know, the very beginning part of the campaign from the series and stuff like that. But this video, episode 1, I wanted just to go over some of the basic mechanics that Alpha 14 will be introducing and stuff like that. Of course, I will be naming you guys at the start of a brand new series, which will be episode 2, which will be coming probably in a few days, whenever there is a more stable, or whenever the official release of Alpha 14 launches on Steam. So some of the new mechanics, like I said, this is going to focus mainly on combat. So one thing I've been noticing is that, yes, an enemy will start to attack you every 12 hours. And just to show everybody, we are on day 10. So there you go. I don't know when gripes and praises got switched like this. I know that, you know, obviously the gripes used to be on the right side, but I don't know. That could have happened in Alpha 13. I don't know. I didn't notice it beforehand. But that's kind of one of the only basic UI changes that I've seen or that I've noticed. The other one is the new combat party system. You know, the other one was tedious. I will say the other one was tedious. The party one will automatically group your footmen here into party 1, I believe. How do we? There we go. No, not defend. There we go. There's the button. So that's kind of nice that you always know that your footmen will be in party 1, and I believe then you can orchestrate. I don't believe anyone just gets put in the other parties. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ooh, there we go. Invaders approaching. So yeah, there's a new party system. I really don't have much of an opinion on it. I still think it might need a little bit of work, but that's just my opinion. So we have Entlings. I believe that kind of is supposed to be like a nod to Lord of the Rings and the Ents. These are little small trees, pretty much, and when you kill them, I believe they drop 1 resource of wood. So that's kind of cool. Especially, I don't know, we'll have to test on the desert biome, but that would be very interesting to see if they still drop wood in the desert biome, which, of course, as you know, that's a place that's going to offer a lot less wood resources. So let's see how my footman does here. So what I've been noticing, he's been doing okay. He has been getting, I believe he's at full health at the moment. Yes, okay, so he just killed all the Entlings. Morale is kind of lower. Experience, he's been growing in experience. So here's the interesting thing that I have. Right now he has a wooden sword and a rough wooden buckler, I guess. Oh, you know what might explain it? He's a 6'6". I had no idea he was that strong. So maybe that would explain it, but I still haven't really noticed that much difficulty when fighting enemies, which has been a slight disappointment. Now, I had no idea that his stats were a 6'5". That could be an explanation. I instantly, because I knew that this was going to be much more difficult. Wow, so we killed that. I mean, obviously we killed the Entlings without any problems. Those are weaker enemies. Oh, he did lose actually 1 unit of health. I hadn't noticed any difficulties at all. This one footman has been handling it with just a wooden sword and a wooden shield. And to be honest, yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. And it might be because I had a good guy from the very beginning. His stats were awesome. Now, let me be clear, though, there have been more enemies that have popped up, not just these Entlings. Ooh, so there's more and more that have been growing. It is day 10, so, you know, forgive me if I haven't really faced too many of the really strong enemies. There seems to be more and more Entlings coming out of the fog of war over here, but I've faced some really interesting enemies. So there are stone golems. Those just look just like the little Entlings. There's this giant bug that attacked, which was really freaky because he cornered one of my citizens right here in the middle of our tunnel. That was pretty freaky. The new enemy that really got my really got me shaking in my boots, I guess, metaphorically speaking, of course, is there were 2 giant zombies out here in the middle of the forest, and it was terrifying. We handled it barely. There was 2. Luckily, my footman only fought 1 at a time, and he barely survived both. So I don't know yet. It might still be really early, and I don't know how much more there could be scaling. I know that traditionally, in previous alphas, usually you would finish the game around day 20. Like, you wouldn't encounter anything harder than the wolves around day 20, or just after day 20. Oh, very nice. We're going to get another citizen here. So this still might be early, but I haven't had much of a difficulty at all with a 665 and a wooden shield and wooden sword. Let me go ahead and loot this stuff really quick so that my town is looking good. So the other new profession that has been added is the Herbalist. So the Herbalist, you might have noticed that you're not going to gain instantly your health back like you did before previously. You now need time. You need time to get that health back. Here is our Herbalist, and we can change his job. Here is the Herbalist on the job tree. But if I open up the menu, which I am hoping that I'll be able to do, there we go. So potions are introducing a new mechanic, or I guess a new function for flowers, which I really liked because obviously flowers were just there for aesthetic reasons in previous alphas. It's very nice to actually have a use for flowers besides just, putting them inside of, a nice little pot or whatever and doing them strictly for decoration. So there's all sorts of different medicines now that the herbalists can build for your citizens. A medicinal drink that heals for a minuscule amount of health. We have buff stamina of all hearthlings for a short while. Buff muscles to all hearthlings for a short while. Then we have bandages. This is going to require silkweed, but you'll notice that everything else will require some instances of flowers. So yes, you will need to start to grow flowers in your croplands. It's because, before you didn't have to grow flowers at all. I would just grow flowers just sometimes for the aesthetics. I liked the look of the flowers, and I'm sorry I did. But now we actually have to grow them. As you can see, I had to make room. I only have 2 farmers at the moment. I have to do turnips, I have to do corn, and I'm having to do silkweed and the flowers. So it is going to push more work for your farmers. I mean, now definitely I would consider at least 3 to 4 farmers now, depending on obviously how big you want your town to be. So yeah, used by the herbalist to heal for a small amount. We can build a few of these. I guess we might as well. I haven't gotten my herbalist up to level 3 yet. I apologize. I really haven't really been focusing on it too much. But yeah, thread. Spool of thread, cloth. I mean, these can be used for much better healing techniques of heavy wounds. So we'll see if we encounter anybody else. Obviously, there have been more and more entlings that have appeared. Definitely, wolves have attacked us. But if you've been used to the previous alphas before, you'll know the wolves are okay. You can handle. Sometimes I've had bad luck with wolves in the past, but. They 2 attacked me once, and actually no, only so far only 1 has attacked me. So it's been not too difficult because my footman will catch them pretty quick. As you can see, this is like an obvious bug that one of the reasons why I will only be doing 1 video, because I always hate starting a series and then having to start over in a series. Cause I know the people that had their name and had a citizen in the videos. I know that they didn't like it too much. That's why I'm going to do it with this format, this new video format, I guess. But yeah, this didn't actually get built all the way. This is a cottage for 2, I believe, and I did build just templates because this is an unstable build, I guess. I have a new kind of I'm not a new. This is just the way I've built is I have a new kind of stockpile room, which I actually really like. I did notice that, and I believe the Mason can build it. I haven't been jumping into the Mason's tech, or I guess building tree at all, but the Mason can now build doors over tunnels, which obviously can be incredibly useful. We might actually want to hire that right now, just kind of see any of the other differences. I don't even have a Mason right now. Well, I guess I could build a weaver, or I might as well hire a weaver, I should say. And let's go ahead and make sure that we get that chisel out. Is there anything else that we'd like? I haven't jumped down to the trapper, but I know that the trapper hasn't introduced anything new. As far as the carpenter goes, nothing. Yeah, There's no new structures. Alpha 13 introduced these wide windows and these tall windows and stuff like that, so remains the same. I do want to see, and I would love to know, if the desert biome introduces new enemies, which I think I will be having our... I believe our series will be in the desert biome, by the way. I just want to get a very, very basic campaign up in, and at least just the basic, grassland, wooded, sort of traditional Stonehearth start, just to kind of get an idea of, for everybody, what's going on. So I'm going to see what other group of enemies launch in the next couple hours. Again, like I said, they've been launching like every 12 hours, so things... it hasn't been bad so far. I believe now we're on day 11. We should at least be on day 11. Yes, we are. And it's been okay. Like I said, I don't know how much it scales, but I'd like there to be at least at some point within Stonehearth to have some sort of a difficulty level. Instead of it being just a normal game or a peaceful game that you choose from the very start, I would love to see when you choose normal game, then you get a difficulty, an easy, normal, or hard, and then that way, you can affect percentages, and because that's what I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I have always been the fan of kind of more of a survivalist sort of thing. I don't feel like I'm much of a builder at all. I will traditionally build mostly templates. I like to build my own buildings sometimes, but I'm much more of like the idea of trying to survive out here in the wilderness, and that's been something that I've enjoyed. Farmer level 5, very nice, so we might be able to eventually get a cook-up. Okay, so let's go ahead and hire the Mason and see what we got there. I believe he might be able to build, or it might be the blacksmith, I'm not 100%, but he might be able to build us the tunnel doors just to kind of get an idea of what that's going to be like. Ooh, and a UI error. Again, another reason why it's good to not have... oh no, I'm not going to be able to escape this. Don't tell me that. I wonder if I click here if it will go away. Aha. Well, but that's not good because I won't be able... There we go. Aha. Okay, we fixed it. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and grab the Mason, see if he can build us the tunnel doors, which I don't think so, actually. I might need to look into that. Maybe it's supposed to be for the official alpha. They don't necessarily introduce all of the new mechanics, or I might be just missing it. Who knows? Maybe I can place a door or something along that matter, like a double door in front of this. Actually, maybe I can. It looks like it. Let's see what these invaders are. Aha, so we have a massive... Whoa! Okay, I just want to make sure that... Let's see if my footman can handle this. I'd love to see some people die right now. Because I haven't really... Ooh, yeah, I don't even know where the footman's at. So someone is definitely going to die. Like I said, there's a new party system. I didn't really... Ooh, and now will the wolf attack the door? I'd love to see... Also, I want to see a use for the reinforced doors. Because as of now, there hasn't really been much of a use. Where the heck is my footman at? Oh, here he comes. Jeez, dude, you were just chilling forever. I love this. So I'm guessing we can see more and more bigger enemies. Maybe more massive ints. Maybe instead of intlings, they are actually ints, like from Lord of the Rings. Possibly we see something along the lines of... because we had more damage, our farmer now has a little bit of damage. She might need to take a day off or so because she's going to need to lay in bed to recover her strength, get some bandages. Looks like our footman is going to be able to handle this. He only needs to take one more hit. At least, actually, they're both down to one hit. And then this is the new increment. There's like, it's not really 4. Ooh, and morale will drop. That's something I did notice as well when we were fighting the zombies previously. Where's the morale at? Footman level 5. Has it? I want to look at your stats. I'm sorry. And as you can see, he goes immediately to the bed. Morale, yes, it does seem like it does drop. So that's why at a certain point, he will run away. So that is interesting. We'll have to explore a little bit more, but I just want to show some basic mechanics. Aha! And here are the giant zombies, exactly what I was talking about. Something that I have been noticing is the giant zombies will attack these goblin camps like this, killing the goblins, not necessarily killing the camps, but they usually kill the goblins. There is a big chest of loot usually, which is really, really nice to be able to get a hold of. Stuff like gold ore, silver ore, things like that you don't normally pick up, resources that you don't normally pick up in the early part of the game because of, that's, now I understand. That's how the door system works. And that's actually really, really useful. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Looks more like dwarves. we can live more like dwarves, which is kind of what I like to do. Yeah, these resources could be really useful as you progress through the campaign. Well, at least in the early part of the campaign, because you don't normally dig that far, that deep, I should say, into the earth early on when you're just trying to survive, especially in a campaign like this. Herbalist level 2, he's very close to reaching level 3, so he'd be able to get more of those bandages. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to finish off. We're going to jump into an official series in episode 2, probably in a few days. So feel free to leave a comment in the section below letting me know if you want to be a part of the series. Let me know a name or something like that, and I'll try to include you. Obviously, you know, we usually get up quite a few citizens, so I usually tend to get up around 15 to 20, something like that. When the official, you know, stable Alpha 14 will release, 20 should be definitely, I think, reliable. The performance of the game should still be pretty reliable. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.